Hey, Zinjin. Oh, let me just scoot up my chair here. How you doing? I don't really need this whole big thing of stamps up here, I don't think. Let's just pick a few. Maybe just these. Yeah, those will be good. Oh, how you doing? Hi, Kat. Can you move things around here? Shifting. Good morning. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Janet. Don P. Laverne, Keeks. Who else am I missing? Missy, Barbara Chicken Pot Pie Society coming in a singing. Christina. Let me get a sip of my lemon water. I do have a banana if my voice starts going. Let's see. Pamela, thank you, Pamela. I got something I'm sending you out. It's going out this morning, as a matter of fact. So thank you. Ann Makes, Terry Brett. Who else am I missing? Beth Webb. Got some show and tell, and we're just going to work on different. I got art cards. I got art cards, ATCs, and postcards, so we can do all sizes. And I got my acrylic markers. Do some Smack and Dragon. I have a few started here. Whatever's left over can go in my desk journal. I got stamps. I got some postcards I'm partially working on here. Yeah, I just thought we'd just play with some different art cards and things today. And if y'all have anything you want to see, I do have a new book to show. Hi, Icy. Who else am I missing? Zeely. Good to see you, Zeely. It's been a while. Hope you're doing okay. Kristen. Who else? Scrolling. Tori. Tori's she's got animations going on her IG. Let's see, Brenda. Scrolling. I think I've caught everybody so far. If I've missed you, say something. I try to scroll back, and I haven't seen Alyssa in a while, but if I do see her today, hey girl, hey, because I'm wearing my striped shirt, or one of my striped shirts. Got a bunch of happy mail going out this. Well, it's already in the mailbox. It's in my mailbox going out. Let's see. Fritchie. So thanks everybody for being here. Did y'all have a good weekend? Anything going on? We didn't do anything, and it was a beautiful weekend. Did the garden stuff, but nothing really. So Charmaine, we didn't go out and do anything. I think Denise and Samantha are coming down next weekend for Mother's Day. We'll just probably grill out, not do anything fancy. Just grill out. Hupster, we all love what he makes. Whatever he puts on that grill is good. So, let's see. Yeah, Keeks did a little video. Let me click on her. Did a little video with our arms, me, Janet, and Devin. I think that was all. So she did a little video with some collage and some art, and she drew our arms and our hands. That was cute, Keeks. Hi, CK. Let's see who else. Did I say yes? Okay. I'm trying not to miss anybody. Zeely wants to know Janet, did you get her email? She wants to send you her ATCs. Hi, Ann Makes. May 1st was our 32nd anniversary. Okay. Your cat's our 3rd birthday. I think ours were at the end of April, their 8th birthday. I think they were 8. I think that's what Denise said, because Denise had them for 6 months before we got them. We knew we were getting them when that happened. Let's see, Starla. It's not a Missy. So thanks everybody. Um, I got a couple things for Logan and Annie. So they went out and did I printed it out. So she posted this on the internet. So there's Annie and Logan. And I do have a little video of him getting an award at school. But I love this picture. Look how cute they look. So I printed it out. I printed out one for my wall, one for Hubster to take to work, and then I'll probably give one of these to her. So you got your happy mail piece of fabric. Okay. Oh, Starla. I'll tell you why. Because when I'm pretty sure it was you that said it. When I was doing a giveaways that day, you said, "Do you have any more fabric?" And fabric scraps. And I did not, but I found one. So when I found that one, I said, "Oh, Starla was wanting a piece of fabric." So that's why. That's why you got it, Starla, because you said, "Oh, I want a piece of fabric," or you mentioned you'd like a piece of fabric, and I didn't have any at the right at hand, but I found one, so that's why you got one. Yeah, isn't that a great picture? I showed y'all last week when they all went to John Cryer's birthday party well, it was 2 weeks ago, but I showed the pictures last week. So anyway, yeah. Hi Tina. How you doing? Annie's married to John Cryer's brother, Dan, and so they were at the birthday party. Let's see. I know I love that picture. So thanks, Tina, for saying good morning to everyone. You're welcome, Starla. I didn't forget about you saying that. So yeah. Let's see. Ann Lar, good to see you. Tina saying hi to more people. Hope you had a good weekend, Tina. I did see, was it Pete? Oh, I don't know if Pete was on that show. The dark, whatever it's called. I think I saw you posting it, and that's why it drew my attention. I didn't go to it, but I saw. So yeah. Let's see. Yes, hit all messages, everybody. Yeah, because if you don't click all messages, you're only going to see top chat or top messages, and yeah, you won't see all the chat. You have to do that yourself, everybody, and that goes for replays as well. If you're watching a recording, you have to go and click all messages to see all the chat. So yeah, yes, live chat. Thank you, Tina. So yeah, I did a little bit of cleaning and organizing in the art room, and then I pulled out some of this. I said, well, let's just work on some of this. I did my nails, added some blue glitter to them. Hubster goes, let's look like Cameron's nails. Well, yeah, it does. Cameron wears blue a lot. I don't know. Young people these days. Anyway, let's see. Who else am I missing? Oh, thanks, Barbara. I appreciate that. Yes, I do appreciate the thumbs up. I don't get a lot, and a lot of people don't that do streams don't get a lot of comments after the fact because we're all here talking now. So people don't go back and say something else because we're all chatting here. I don't usually wear this dark a color. Well, I like all different colors. I don't really care for black, and I don't like red, like real true red. It just, I know it's going to sound weird, but it reminds me of old ladies. Red polish. Now, if you wear red polish, don't email me. I guess growing up, my grandma, I don't even remember my mom wearing colors. I think maybe some peach or clear. I don't remember, but grandma wore red and coral. And I don't know. I just don't care for it. So, yeah. Let's see. I just read. Oh, no, no, it doesn't matter. No, that doesn't matter, Keeks. That doesn't matter on my little pick card you made me. No. And what do I have? I think I've repainted these, my Lisa hands. I think she had them one time. I painted them again. And she's got a little watch there, the bracelets. So I love just going, hey, or sometimes have them sitting here when I'm coming online, or, and people think, oh gosh, she's really far away. Because they look so real, don't they? Anywho, no, Keeks, that doesn't matter. Let's see. It was nice of you to think of me and Janet and Devin when you did your art. Let's see. So yeah, so I pulled out some different, y'all know I try to keep a desk journal. I didn't pull all my desk journals. Y'all have seen my desk journals. I got 10 of them sitting up there on the top of the shelf. Y'all seen them a gazillion times. And I know we have new people. Sometimes I like to re-pull out things that we've done over the years because I've been streaming for 15 years, 10 years on YouTube, 4 years before that on Ustream. And so, and I know we get new people all the time. So like my abandoned books or my, whatever it is. And, sometimes I go, people that have been here a long time go, oh, we've seen that. We've seen it like 100 times, but the new people haven't seen it. But anyway, this is my current little desk journal. And what I mean by a desk, I just got desk on there. What I mean by that is when I have leftover paint, leftover scraps of collage, I just throw it in here. See, here's some more little things to be glued in. And I just skip around and scraped off paint, leftover paint. Here's some more little bits of collage to glue in. And just whatever you have left over on your table, then just glue it into a desk journal. And I call it a desk journal because it sits by my desk. I don't usually keep it right on my desk because I don't have the room for it, but I have a table behind me, and that's what I'll put it on. But it's just fun, like if you have you want to test out some colors, you got leftover paint, and then you can go back. This one I went a little further on and did a little bit more stuff on it. Let's see, Jessica Laverne, Lisa Welch, who else am I missing? Jennifer. So, just and I just skip around. So there's lots, blank pages in between, leftover paint. Little bits of something. Here comes the cat. There's really no room up here for you. And she's going to jump up here anyway. There's no room up here, Malibu. So, Janet, is your area drying out now? Janet had paved her driveway, and then it's rained since then. So hopefully it's dried out, Janet, or is it still raining out there? I really like this one. See, I had little airplanes here and there and just did a little collagey bits here. So don't forget, Janet streams at 1 Eastern. So let's maybe down here a little so the light gets on it. Janet had rain go away. It's another one. I like this one. Had a beautiful weekend. I think it comes back tomorrow. The rain, but how's the driveway look? How's your new driveway? Thanks, Tina. Tina put in a link to Janet's channel there. If you stencil or stamp and you still have ink or paint on your stamps or stencils, just throw it in here. Throw it in here. Some leftover Egyptian stuff when I was working on my Egyptian postcards, or ATCs rather. Let's see. There's another one. See, just leftover things. And then I just do a little mist or just, a little play. It's just if and then if you think, well, I don't know what to do today, just open this little book up and you'll figure out something. To have done okay with the rain. Okay. I was hoping it wouldn't, affect it with all the resurfacing. So yeah, I haven't seen or heard what Janet's going to do. Someone was just asking what Janet was going to do today. Do you know what you're going to do today? Do you have some more ATCs to show, Janet? For those that don't know, we have the ATC swap that's due to Janet by May 30th. And if you want to participate, you just got a message or text or email Janet and get her address. And so you can send them in. You send in 10, you get 9 back. and all the details are on my post tab, about 4 posts down, and it's also on Janet's post tab. If you want to find out, you still have, almost a month to get them to her. You have 2 to show today, okay. And then as Janet gets them in, she shows them on her stream. So if you send some in, she's got 2 to show today. She's already showed quite a few. I'm not sure how many sets. How many sets all total have you got in so far, Janet? Wait and see what she says. Ann Meg said, heads up, Canadian Post may go on strike again May 22nd. Okay, well, if that happens, then Janet will probably just hold the outgoing ATCs until it's over. My post office wouldn't even, when Canada went on strike, my post office wouldn't even accept any Canadian mail until it was over. Okay, Janice says she thinks she's got 8 in so far. So let us know, Ann Makes, or anybody up there in Canada. Let us know what happens with your post office. I like this one too. Let us know what's going on with your post office before May 22nd. Although, they're not due till May 30th, so maybe they'll get it all worked out by then. So you can just see it's just a little of everything. It's a pretty thick book. I think I paid $10 for it on Amazon. It's just like a daily. You fill out your own date and everything like that, and circle the day. I just like the size of the book. I don't care if it has lines. I ignore the lines. Let's see here. Let's finish scrolling through. I try to let everything dry before I close the book, but see, sometimes I don't let it 100% dry. But if you just let it sit open on your desk on a page where you can just add some stuff to it. Usually I just use a glue stick. Sometimes if it's heavy acrylic paint, I'll use tacky glue or this art glitter glue, because to put glue stick over acrylic paint sometimes isn't the best stickums. All right, let's see here. So yeah, lots of just little bits and stuff in here. So it's just fun, and then you don't feel no pressure in a book like this. The only pressure you feel is that first time, the first page. And you just got to go in there and slap some paint in or glue something down so you don't feel intimidated by your book. And then what I usually do is, like, if I scrape paint down like these 2 colors here, then if I come across or use any collage images that have those colors in them, then I go to that, just kind of flip through kind of quickly, and you'll find pages with the colors that you have left over scraps in, and then you can just glue it on the pages that kind of coordinate with it. See here, I had some blue, so all this color, that color. So, and then I got a bunch more back here left to glue in. So yeah, and then I just usually keep one of these pin bands. I don't keep a pin in it, but it keeps the book, closed. But anyway, I'm going to just keep it handy. So if we want to stick something in it while we're playing today. Then the other thing, let me show you. I showed you the picture of Annie. Let me show you the little video she sent me. She said I could show it. So, and Logan's fine with it too. Let's see here. Here it is. So here's he got an award for the best, Logan and Gabriel, that's his co-student, won best safe driving PSA public service announcement video film. Thousands of applicants from 5 states. And here's where he's walking up to get the. There they come. There's Gabriel and Logan. Annie's filming. You can hear him giggling and stuff. They make all kinds of videos. I mean, I don't know if he's going to go into film, but he and his couple of his friends at school really make some good videos. I show y'all a few here and there, but you know, let's see. Hi, Arlene. And yes, I know. We're so proud of him. And again, here's a good picture of Annie and Logan that she posted and I printed out. So, and he's tall. I think Dan's like 6'2" or something, and Logan's like is at least as tall as him. I'm pretty sure he's a tall young man. And so yeah, so there's my grandson, daughter, and son-in-law out in LA. Let me get a sip of my lemon water here. The only book I have to show, I think, today, I got, this was new. I don't even know where I saw. I might have popped up in my sidebar on Amazon. Is this new cutout Curiosities Botanica by Maximilian Malone. That's hard to say. And it's a big, heavy book. It's quite. Let me get a bite of my banana here. Let me get my voice going. Thanks, Tori. All right. Let me give you the ISBN. 978-192-304-9925. I think it's out of UK. I think. Let me move my markers over here for a minute till we get to that. I got some stamps I pulled and just some different things to play with today. So yeah, did you get the? No, I got it on Amazon, Keeks. Yeah, it's on Amazon. It might be at my Books A Million. I haven't been to my Barnes and see my my close. Well, it's 20. It was 20 minutes away. They closed my Barnes and Noble that was 20 minutes away. So my next, there's some downtown Atlanta, but I usually just go all the way up north of Atlanta to where close to where Denise used to live, and go to that Barnes and Noble when I go to Barnes and Noble. But I have a Books A Million that's close by. So there's Max, and he has a big intro here. What you'll need. He talks about the supplies. You know, most collage artist books have, you know, they start with all the basics, you know. There, Tina put in a link there. Tina and and Cal will probably be both putting it in, but there we go. So yeah. Hi, me. Let's see. All right. So then process, a chapter or a couple pages on process. Approach in 4 parts. He talks about different approaches to making your collage. Research, cutting, arranging, and gluing and finishing. It's all very interesting. I read it. So then he's just got a whole bunch of samples here. Bunch of samples of his, and then the rest of it is all cut out and collage stuff. Let me flip it from the back because it's easier to flip this way. So you can see, and it's a good quality paper. It's a little thicker than copy paper. It's a heavy book. So and the printing is good. It's a good quality printing. It's not faded or, you know, it's a good quality print. Okay, there we go. It's a little, I'm trying to tilt it up just a little. So there's all kinds of stuff but it's, you know, botanical. Yes, it is. It's all botanical, florals, trees, leaves, and it smells good. I'm sniffing it as I flip it. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You can smell the ink. So yeah, so I do recommend this one. Now I gotta say, are we gonna cut it up? Y'all know how I am about it. I cut things up, but I'll enjoy it for a little while before I cut it up. But and I know some people make copies, and I do that occasionally. I'll make a copy occasionally, but most of the time I just cut and dig right into the book. But this one's almost like an art book, it's made to cut up, but it's at the same time it's a very cool art book too. So you can see there's a lot to it. I'm not sure how many pages are they're not numbered. So, well, the beginning will probably, yeah, this is numbered. There's like 35 pages of text and information, and then the rest is all images. So yeah, high text. So there we go. That's Cut Out Curiosities Botanica. Maximilian Marlowe. All right. So there's that. Let's see, what else do I have over here? Anything else to show and tell back there? So yeah, I just pulled out some different stamps to let's see, maybe I should go ahead and click in now a little bit. And let's turn the camera down a little. There we go. So I just pulled a few different stamps out to maybe use. I really have no exact plan as to, I'm going to do these cards, these postcards. I'm going to do it this way. I don't have that plan. I just pulled some stamps and some acrylic markers, some ATCs, some art cards, and postcard blanks. And some of my Stampers Anonymous stamps. And so, yeah, pulled some of those. Some of these are just some Amazon ones, like these right here. Just some Amazon background textures. Same for this one. And my Celtic. And then these were the ones that my Egyptian stamps that I used for, and they're still stained. They're stained brown. I used a brown ink, archival ink. So if you use archival ink on these, they're going to stain, but it doesn't transfer as long as it's archival. Of course, you can't clean them off completely with archival ink. But if you use distress ink or other inks, you can clean them off. But these are the stamps that I used for my the swap, the ATC swap. So we got all that sitting there. Let's see, am I missing anything in chat? Thank you, Tina. Let's see. Put it in caps if you're talking to me. I won't think you're yelling at me. So I showed you my little desk journal. I have some jelly-plated papers to play with. I have this collage, now I got the hiccups, collage soup book or two. And then I have some other, let's see here. I have some other, let me move this off of here. I don't need this. I'll just show you what I pulled here, some of the stuff. I have some, this is out of the big, what do you call it? Where'd it go? So this book, some of this is out of, if I can get it out, pull it out of the pile here. Even more extraordinary things. I showed this when I got it as well. That it's like a companion to the pink one, but it's different person, but it's the same type of thing. Lots of different images. This is very, it's more random. It's not thematic like the botanical. So like here's some of the things that I pulled out of it to maybe use. Some planets. There's some word fed. What do you call it? Speech bubbles. Here's some mountains. Might use some of those. Some clouds. Here's bits of leftovers that we've used over the last couple weeks. Some of the washi paper that I printed out some of my art on to cut up, like here, like this right here. Denise really liked this one. I made her one of these too, but not to use the art itself so much, but to make washi tape. See, make washi tape with it. Keeks, I bought a collage suit fairy tale book full of Alice. Yes, I have the Alice in Wonderland one. I mean, I'm guessing it's the same one. Alice in Wonderland, anyway. I have tons. I showed a couple weeks ago. I went through and showed all my collage books. I don't know that I showed every single one. I didn't show, like, for instance, I didn't show any of my Dover clip art books or any of that, and which I've got shelves of those from 30 years ago. So just cutting this down into strips so that not necessarily that you'll see the art as it is, but that now you have cool washi tape in colors, and you can even take it and you can turn it upside down. Now, if it has a little bird head there, you probably want that one to go straight right up because you're going to recognize that it's something upside down. But otherwise, you can use them in strips going across the top, the bottom. And so you can, that's really cool. Same for this one. I already cut the girl off of this edge. Let's go this way with this one. So these were some collages that I did, and then I printed them out on the washi paper to make washi tape with. And of course, you could cut out individual elements too. So there we go. Some more. That's one's from something else. I got some. So let's move that off the table for right now. But I got all that washi tape. So you're going to get, just get some ideas. If you see something, you go, oh, that's a cool idea. Make sure you write it down in your Society of Idea Collector notebook. Oh, and Terry, I haven't seen her ask yet. Let me go ahead and pull the prompts for the day, or for the week, rather. Let me reach up here and get the prompts. And then I've been writing them down and putting them in my Society of Idea Collecting notebook, too. Hi, Kathy Berg. Kathy Berg, are you still out of town? She went to Chicago to niece's not baby shower, wedding shower, I think. And I think she's still gone. I'm not positive. You hadn't got to it yet, Terry? Okay. You're out of town, so yeah. Are you going to stream at all tomorrow, Kathy, or not? Because Kathy usually streams on Tuesdays at 10 a.m. Eastern. So, but you can still go follow Kathy, even if she's not streaming tomorrow. I don't know, Kathy Bird. So I'm just getting a good mix here, and I pull a little pile, and then I just take the top 5 and I'm going to have a craft-a-lanch. Let's see, what did she say? Let's see what she said yet. All right, let me go ahead and pull these. I'm going to pull 5 right off the top, and we'll see. Hi, Devin. All right, here we go. We got the 1500s. So you can, say the Renaissance or whatever, medieval. Well, medieval's a little before that, but, maybe the Renaissance. All right, then we have Space World. That'd be probably kind of cool to have maybe Leonardo with space. I'm just rattling things off. Let's see, a short stream to say hi and pick prompts. Okay, so she's gonna have a short stream tomorrow. Okay, all right. There's 2 shells, and this is for May. Today's the 5th. Okay. Happiness, and one more. Leonardo and Space Worlds always make me happy. And apathy. Apathy's the next one. I just pick right off the top. There you go. So there's your 5 prompts for the week. And I will put them in my Society of Idea Collector notebook, which I still add things to it. My Society of Idea Collector notebooks are always full, always, and I have multiple ones. I started the new 3-ring binder for you guys at the beginning of the year, and I showed y'all all the different things that hi Fernando that I have in there. And but I think that people just aren't really interested in it as much as me collecting ideas. Or well, I'm not saying that y'all aren't interested in collecting ideas, but keeping a big 3-ring binder like I do, it may just not appeal to everybody. So there wasn't a lot of interest. I still pull it out and show it every now and then and give y'all some ideas of what to put in it, but there are videos on the Society of Idea Collector notebook, how to collect ideas and keep them and stuff. But anyway, let's see. Brooke with an E. Who else am I missing? Don't forget, put it in caps if you're talking to me. Another. Thanks, Kat. Put in Keek's video. Let's see. All right, so yeah, so there's that. So here's some of the things that I just had on my desk from different. This I pulled for a reason. So let me put that down here. I have different things going on. Here's another piece of washi. Put that over there. Here's some my jelly printed papers that I pulled to use on maybe that. And just some different papers. Let me just kind of flip through. Robots, UFOs, robot heads, alien heads, more UFOs. And then here's some of the collage soup that we pulled out of for the art journal page that I did last week. I did varnish it. Where'd I put the book? Here it is. I'll show you the picture that we did last week. I did varnish it and let it dry overnight. Uh-oh. Did I not let that? Ooh, it's got a little sticky something. Uh-oh. I have a snag. I didn't let it dry. Okay, I'm going to have to fix that. Well, I'm not going to show it to you right now because it's got a big place I need to fix. But I put it in the red book. And the robot page, which I already took a picture of, put it in my computer and all that. But anyway, I have to fix a robot head now because I didn't let the varnish. You got to let that varnish dry. I let it dry overnight, but I didn't run my hand over it to make sure, and that was my bad. You got to make sure that varnish is dry when you before you close the book, okay, or journal or sketchbook. So just some random different things here. What else do I have here? Things out of magazines and space and just little bits like this right here. This needs to go in the desk journal. Where do I put it? That was just set it up there. Desk journal. Then I got some magazine images here and space. And what else do I have under here? Here's some leftover clocks and watches from some giveaways and things that we've done. This is an old piece of art there. Here's some wax papers, watches, windows. Some of this is ongoing. I still have to work on my giant, I have to work on my giant poster art journal, the one with the giant library and the story going through it. I still have it over there. I'm working a little here and there. These right here need to go into another pile. These are for my art journal. Goes down there. Here's another little bear. Some Celtic knots. Castles. You know, it's got the castles in my medieval book. Here's a piece of a watch. These make good little portals. Leftover stuff for the journal. This is from one of Porto's medieval castle books. Stained glass and more. Some hands, chess pieces, Maybe I'll pull these chess pieces. Maybe we'll do something with those. Just looking good. Another chess piece. Some lunar rocks. And some more Poor Toast books. So yeah, just keep a pile. You never run out of ideas when you have a pile like this. You just dig into the pile. You will find something that appeals to you. A couple of frames, some little flowers, a deer head. Little these can go in desk journal. Just some different pieces of magazines like this, for instance. I like that right there. Just that, piece of a bridge. There's another piece of a bridge. Some more Poor Toast. Some fractal calendar. And I love these. I love these 4 things right here together. This, and these fractals. See, look, right there. Is it too flashed down? I don't know. Maybe I need to turn the brightness down just a little. Let's turn the brightness down just a tad here. There we go. So, I mean, just look. That right there, just so awesome, right? Let's see. World of Art. Who else am I missing? 3B, B3 Barbie, Mama 4, Leona. Who else I might be missing? Thanks everybody for stopping in. So yeah, I got all this, and here's some more of the medieval book Poor Toast. Some space images from a calendar. Some more planets and space stuff. Watches. Look at these. See, look at these right here. These colors. See, I pulled things by color. Look at all this right here by color. Right? Oh, and here, this one too. All this by color. And so again, it's a little bit darker. Okay. So anyway, I have this stack of stuff handy. We'll see what we pull from that. And then, like I said, I pulled this Landscapades, Cityscapades, Collage Soup book because I'm going to work small. This has small stuff. Some jelly plated papers. Here's my desk journal. It was buried up under there. To put any little bits left in it. Let's see. Marguerite. Messy Oz. Okay, let's see. All right. Let me put the prompts back up on the shelf. All righty. So let's see what else. All right. So I showed y'all the washi tape, washi paper, making your own washi tapes with printing out on washi paper to make washi tapes. Got that handy. Let's see. What else do I have over here? Like I said, I got this if I need some little tiny somethings. All right, what else? Okay, so I started some, let me show y'all this real quick. I think I'm sure I've done it before, but here's some of the colors that I was using on these. Let's do them a little bigger. So these are ATC size, but I'm going to, this is very flashy. Let's move this white paper over here so we don't have a big white flare out right there. Devin, oh, you got the robot book? Yes, I know. It's a good one. That's a good one. All right, so I do need a piece of paper though. Let's see here. So another way to use your acrylic markers is we've shown y'all how to use, I say we because me and Janet do it, using your super tip, water-based Crayola super tips. But if you have these Artex or, let me see, where's my grabbies? Where are my grabbies? Where'd I put my grabbies? Hang on. I'm looking. They're up here somewhere. These, because they're double-sided, so they're pretty easy. Here we go. Let me get my grabbies out too. We'll do both. Grabby acrylic markers. Now, why I like the grabbies is they're double-sided, so when you buy this set, I think there's 72 colors, but there's 36 markers. It's because they're double-sided, so you get 2 colors in each side. But I really like the way the grabby brush tip dual tone acrylic markers. Here we go. Let me hold it up so you can see. I really like these. Are probably, if I had to pick one of the acrylic markers that are out there as my favorite, it would probably be these grabbies for multiple reasons. They're very smooth. They're juicy. They have a dual tip, dual tone, brush tip. So I really like those. But the Artex ones are probably a little cheaper, and I keep those in this little tub here, or this little spinner, because somebody said that this particular Artex are supposed to be stored face down. I don't know if that's true, but somebody in the know said that. So I keep these on the little spinner. And so there's my Artex ones. And then my grabbies, all my other pens and markers and Copics and alcohol markers, they're all on their sides up here. And so we'll do a little with both of them. So let's see. Let me put this aside for a minute. And we'll go with art cards rather than, we're going to go with art cards, which are instead, ATCs are 2.5 by 3.5. But I've been making art cards for some years that are 3 by 4. So they're a little bigger, as you can see. But this is your standard. Everybody, does the ATCs. They're 2.5 by 3.5. They're baseball card, playing card, the 9 sleeve holder size. That's what the ATCs are. But I like the 3 by 4 just because I have a little bit more real estate. And I'll show you some of my starters and some of those over here in a minute of my art cards. All right, let me put the ATCs over here. So, oh, thanks, Kat. There's the link to the grabbies. I just like them. So I like the colors. I like the way they feel. All right, let's see. I got too much stuff over here. Well, we'll make it do. All right, let's get a piece of paper. Just a piece of paper and a piece of plastic. This is just a piece of packaging, and you can use any kind of packaging. I keep a little stack of them up here when I take like the behind a stamp set or the back of a package, and just cut a little piece of it because it comes in handy. And you can do this technique with your water-based super tips or water-based markers. I'm just going to do it here with the acrylic markers because once they're dry, they're permanent. Whereas if you do this with your water-based, like your super tips, then they're water-based. They can reactivate. Okay, so let's just pick a color here. Let's pick this pretty blue and green here. We'll just maybe do this both sides, or here's another. I like that light blue too. Maybe it's too blue. Let's see, what do I like here? Let me flip them around here. And we'll just start with these two. All right. So all you do is just take your marker and it's hard for you to see the piece of plastic here. Let me just, well, it's going to go away if I do that. And I just put down some acrylic paint, and you can do this with any of your markers. Well, Copics, alcohol markers, it's probably not going to work as good, but And then you just take a little water and you do like the smack and dragon that I do. And you can either do it this way, upside down, or you can pick up the little plastic itself and do it this way. So either way, it's just sometimes not as messy if you take your dry card and put it on the wet rather than picking up the wet and it might drip and stuff. But then you can just, I call it smack and dragon. So then you got your base. Now, before you start working on this or gluing anything on it, like where's those little ones I had over here? Here. So these are the same kind of thing. Before you start gluing any images on them, you want to make sure that you either heat gun this or, hair dry, whatever, however you dry. But you want this to be dry before you start gluing anything on, because the glue is not going to want to stick to a wet card. So you want to make sure your cards are dry before you start gluing things on. Then you can start doing things like inking the edges. You can do, let's see, you can start adding more. You can add more, collage fodder to it. It might go this way. It might go this way. So you can start collaging on top of it, but you have a base. You have a color, a base color. So I'm just going to do a few here in some different colors, and then we'll hit them with the heat gun, make sure they're dry. Oh, I'm going to get a baby wipe. You want to clean your plastic off. You want to clean your plastic off before you go on to a new color. Hi, Dot. All right, so let's see. I've got a couple of those. I'm just going to, let me just take them out of the thing here so I can kind of scroll through them. These are not broken out by any, color ways because they're dual color. So, all right, let's go this way. All right, let's see. Let's do maybe a brown color and a darker brown or something else. Maybe this orange. And you can do more than a couple colors. You can do 3. You can do as many colors as you want. But you can, and you can always go back after this is dry. Well, you can even do it when it's wet and add more to it. Okay, so let's just let's do a little bit like this. So if it's not dark enough, bright enough, have enough color on it, then you can let this dry and then add another color. That's what I did here. I did this orange color and then I did the purple color separate after the orange color dried. Are y'all following? Y'all with the tour? Okay, so this one might need a little darker something. Let's see what else we can find here. All right, I'm gonna have to, let's put something there to hold them from rolling off the table. Let's see. Or we'll just go over here to the Arteza and get a dark brown. All right, this is going to roll. I got to find something to keep this from rolling. A stamp set. Here we go. So let me wipe this off. It's a little piece of plastic. Put down some darker brown. Just a tiny bit of water. You don't need much. And then let's add some more to it. You can start making little hills, mountains, and then you go in and you can add your collage bits. And do I have something here small? Pull these out here in a minute. All my grabbies are running away from home. They're running away from home. There we go. So, like for instance, these are some postcards that I just started adding some little things to. Like she just went through here, and I was going to have a little ice, like a little. Let me find something here. Do I have one? Like a piece of an ice mountain. That's too big. I had one sitting here. This one's too big, but here, let me cut this down just to show you. See, I need more ice on this one, but just so you get the idea. To have something like that. So there's a little person going there. What else did I pull? Let's move this out of the way. I gotta move some of this out of the way. I have no room. Okay, here's a couple other ones that I did. Like this one was an older postcard that I had that I already had some acrylic paint on, and I just added. It's in my stash of postcards. I have a row of postcards, like this many postcards that have already been worked on. and I can just pull a stack and start working on them. So I pulled this one and then added this girl sitting here looking at this. I don't know if he's doing karate. I don't know what he's doing, but she's sitting there looking at him, and there's just a little piece of leftover in the dance, love, and it's just so I thought that was kind of good. Then here's another. Oh, here's a piece with the a little scuba, not scuba diver, but well, the vintage diver, and then I thought this might go right there. So I got that one kind of laid out a little bit. What else did I have here? Oh, I have these little kids. I had a moon or something here. Where'd I go? That's not it. What's the other one? Told you I just got a whole bunch of stuff all over the desk. Anyway, I like a little plan. It wasn't this one. It was these colors, but you know, something like this. These little kids in the TV peeking through some kind of scene. I'm making a scene. So I just had a few here pulled like this size. And let's see. I'm not seeing anything in caps. If y'all are talking to me, put it in caps. I don't see anything in caps. Let's see. Angie came in. Who else am I missing? Tina's with the tour. Okay, I see that, Tina. All right. If I missed you, thanks everybody for being here. So we'll hit them with the heat gun in a minute. So let's try a couple other colors. Let's see here. Let's do maybe a blue. And you can put some light in between. Some darker. Do I have a dark blue? Let's go over here because I'll use some of these. I'll use these. I just go by the color. Let's see about this color. It's about the same as that one. So, all right. Add just a tad of water. Not much. You don't need much. Then take your card and just smack and drag. See? Then you got you an automatic background. And we've done this kind of stuff before over the years. It's just depending on what you want. Like this is very ocean-esque. Very, waves. Let's do a couple more. I'm going to add just a tad more water there. Let's do a couple more there. A little lighter. Then when it dries, you can add more. All right, that's enough of those. All right. Let's see. What other color do we want? Maybe a pink and a something. Here's a light pink. Here's a darker pink. And even a little bit redder pink. Hi, Raul. Hi, Funkin' Dazzle. If y'all haven't, remember I told y'all about, where's those scissors? I told y'all I saw he was kind of new to me. I've watched him for about a month, and he's in the Atlanta area like me. And he's the one where I saw these scissors. Remember I told y'all he was using these scissors to make postage stamp perforation, faux perforation. And so I did shout him out a couple weeks ago. So thank you for, So y'all go follow and click on him here. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Come back. Oh, they already clicked on him. So yeah, Funkin' Dazzles. Let's see who else. I know, right? As soon as I told Janet about it, she said, I got some of those scissors. I said, you do? She said, yeah. She went back to her bathroom and found them. She had some. So, well, there you go. Oh my goodness. So see, you can just add, and don't overdo the first round. After the first round, then you can go in and add other colors or another layer, if you will. See, then that way you keep it mushy looking. You keep it random. It doesn't look too contrived. If you let it, Janet's funny. Let's see. Okay, so he said he got the idea from Allison at Words and Pictures. Okay, Words and Pictures. I don't think I know Allison. I mean, I know some Allisons out there, but I don't know if that's one of them. But I really like your channel, Funk and Dazzle. I like your channel. You do some good stuff. He does little miniatures and little boxes and you know all kinds of cool stuff. So y'all go follow him. And plus, he's a neighbor. You know. Okay, so we got that. Now let's go ahead and dry these. Let me plug in my heat gun real quick. Welcome over here. We're a fun group. We have guys and gals, so feel welcome. You'll feel welcome here. All right, let me hit these. Let me move the plastic. We don't want to melt the plastic. Let's move that. It'll only take a second. And they'll curl a little bit. This is just lightweight cardstock, 60 pounds, I think. Nothing fancy. And if you do artist trading card size or artist trading cards, you can always back them with another layer. You can always put two together if you want them a little thicker, a little sturdier, or you can use heavier cardstock, you know. All right, so now let's take these, move the plastic back. What I put there? Move the plastic back and then add maybe another something like let's see. Let's add a darker blue again. Let's add some more dark blue. Okay. And then you can go back in here with your Poscas and your collage and, all kinds of stuff. So, yes, Georgia in the house. That's right. All right, here we go. So see how you can just add a little bit and maybe just a little on the side or drag it, drag it through so you have another layer. And then you can also go back in and doodle on it. Like, let me just take this real quick. Make sure this is 100% dry. And you can go in here, and if you didn't want a collage, you can go in here and let me wipe this down so don't drag my arm through it. And you can take your Posca. You can take let's see here. Let's do a little. See, I want to make sure that's dry. Is it dry? I don't know. Or maybe this particular one's almost empty. I've been using this one quite a bit. So let's just get, do I have one handy or some kind of a white pen? Let's see here. Let's get one of these. Well, this one's not primed. Let me get something that's ready to go. Hang on. Here we go. Is this one new too? I don't know. There we go. All right. So I'm just going to put a little bit of Posca on there. Maybe a little bit of clouds. And maybe I need to zoom in. We're working kind of tiny. Let's see. All right. And now, all right. Then got to dry that before I take a Sharpie to it. And you can go in here and maybe doodle. Let's put a little bit of rain coming out. You can do something like that. You can take your collage bits. Where's my little astronaut I had over here? Where's that little astronaut? Where'd he go? Come back. Come to Mama. Where are you? Here's the frames. Where'd my little astronaut go? I just got too much stuff on the desk. Yeah, I don't know. He flew off. He flew away. Let's just go ahead and take a piece of a leftover watch. It has a torn edge. You can just do so many things, this could be another loop-de-loop. I don't know where my astronaut went. All right, so we got that. So you can make all different kinds of cards, and let's do a postcard here. I got postcards here too, and I'm going to show you some of my partially made. What do you call it? Scrolling through, make sure I didn't miss anybody else. Said hi to Devin, Raul. Scrolling. Okay. I'll show you some of the ones that I've. Oh, here he is over here. He's just sitting over there waiting on me. You know, you can cut him out, put him in there. All right, you sit right over there. Don't run away. Let's see. Let's do a postcard size. So let's see. What color do I want to do here? I really like these yellow. All right, let's go with this yellow. Let's put down some yellow. I really like those colors right there. But let's do something different. Let's do yellow. The green's too much the same. Let's do this green. A couple of greens. Let's get a darker green. Add just a little bit of water, little bit of water. And then you can take your card. You can drag it. Let's add a little bit more water there. And just drag it through. So you have a background. You have something to start with. So you're not going, oh, what do I do? It's a blank piece of paper. Well, no. Yes, I think he came out of, I'm not sure. I think he just came out of maybe just a book, because that's what the back looks like. We got tons of different books around here. Funk and Dazzle, do you want us to call you Funk, or do you want us to call you by a first name? It's totally up to you. I just use the people's names that they post unless they say otherwise. So, yeah, I really like, now I'm showing two different ones. I've got others as well, but the Grabby brush tips, dual tone, you get two colors. There's 72 colors with 36 pens. And they're reasonable. They're an Amazon pen. And then the other ones that I have out here on my desk are the, you put it somewhere where it's not wet, are the Artex. And there's RT, there's a whole bunch of different ones, but these are the two I use the most, the Artex acrylic markers. Make sure now that they say brush, because there are acrylic markers out there that are bullet tip, you know, like the Poscas. They're going to be that kind of tip. You really want the brush tip. See, these are the exact same size brush tip, just different colors on either side. Okay. So let's see here. Let me move this out of the way and see what else we can do. Oh, I was going to show you some of the ones that I have done. The other thing you can do too with these is, like, you got your stencils. You can take your stencils or your foam stamps, and I pulled acrylic stamps, and you can do more stamping backgrounds. We'll do some stamping with some of my acrylic stamps here, but you can do stencils. You can use on top, you can go in with some paints, pan pastels, ink, you know, with the little ink brushes like this. We'll just do one with ink here, just to, you know, do a sample. Let's just go ahead and stick with, this one's still damp. So let's get these blue ones here. This blue one, maybe this blue one. And let's see, let's just go with this blue. I don't know if it's going to match, but we're going to go with this. All right, so I'm just going to get some blue on here. Let's put here's my little piece of paper. I'm not sure exactly where my card is. Leaves blowing in the wind. We can go over here with, let's go with this one. And another, let's go with blue since that's what I have sitting out here. You could do a few, you could do a piece, a side, a section. So you can do stenciling. Hi, Riri. Hi, woman. Anybody else coming in? Thanks, everybody, for being here. So you can do that. Showing lots of techniques today. All right. So let's move the stencils for a minute. Let me show you some of the, let me show you some of my cards that I have in progress. So let me just grab a handful here. So, all right. I'm just going to grab a handful. Like I said, I've got rows of postcards that are in progress. But so you can do any of this stuff. Collage, stamping, foam stamps, acrylic stamps, rubber stamps, collage fodder. See, look right there. Just look at that. See, look. I mean, where's my astronaut? I need to cut him out. Let me cut my astronaut out real quick. He's going to be useful to us today. He's going to be our sample piece. We're going to use our little astronaut as a sample piece today. When you cut out, make sure you move your paper, not the scissors so much. You move the paper and you'll have a cleaner, easier, quicker cut. One moment. And when you're using cutouts like this in your collage, especially like in the big collages like I do in the posters, maybe I'll pull my posters out to show after a while. You'll probably have to remind me because I forget. And you can paint your pieces in so that you don't have to necessarily cut like every little thing like that. You can paint that in on a collage. So let's just say he's here. Let's trim this down, get bigger scissors. Turn it over. I can see it better. So you see, you can just build you a little world. Build you a little world. You could do the mountains. Let's see, here's some clouds. What else do I have sitting right here? So, yeah. Anyway, there's that. We'll set him aside. And, okay, let's see. He's out of... So these are just some in progress, postcard size. I can pull... What am I going to do with it? So many sketchbooks back here. Where's my... I'm looking for my postcard book. Where'd you go? Oh, there it is. So this is my postcard size. But this is how they can start. And you can start with a jelly plated paper. You can start with Smack and Dragon, markers. You can start with just collage papers. And you can start with stickers. paint. So, and then just look at them for a minute. Turn them all different ways. What does it look like? Does it look like he could live here? So these are just, and some of these are like this right here. This is old art journal pages cut up. Here's one that's on art card size. It shouldn't be in here. This should be in the art cards. So see, leftover art journal pages. These are bins right here. So this was left over from when I did Carry the Crafters March Mixed Media March Challenge. This is a leftover from that. Stencil pieces, gold leafed pieces. This is a Carry the Crafters foam stamp. Again, these are just leftover. And so they're all in different stages, right? They're all in different stages. Let's see. Hello, butterfly. What scissors? These right here. These are the Cutter Bee scissors. They're Cutter Bees. I love these little scissors. But if something's big, I'll just chomp, chomp, chomp. There's leftover scrapbook papers. There's one of Devin Rex for art. She's here. Devin. Here, let me click on Devin. There's one of Devin's foam stamps right there. Got a bunch of her chairs, leftovers. So I'm just going to flip through here so you can see there's stamped with gold. Just all different, all different kinds of backgrounds that you can use. Stenciling, stamping, jelly plating. So I just pulled a few here to show you the different kinds of backgrounds you can have. And that also fits for any size of like art cards. So here's a stack of some of my art cards that are in the same kind of situation. They're just so you can see all just different I won't go through all of them because we'd be here all day. But I have tons of them ready to go. And then some of the finished ones. So you don't have to be so let me back out one. You don't have to be so so much. I'll just say that. You don't have to have so much on your cards. You can have some simple postcards and add simple stuff to them. So like these are just some simple postcards with just maybe one collage item on there. And then here's the Pantone challenge. I love I mean, to me, nobody beats the Pantone challenge like Janet does. But here's a couple of the Pantone challenges that I did. And then here's some artist trading cards that I just put on some white cardstock just to have them in here. Got a bunch of those. And then just a few little collages here. Partial started things here. And then here are some painted ones. Like I've painted acrylic paint and then added collage and some paint and painted this, painted that, painted the watch hands. Okay, and then here's where it starts the challenge from Carrie's 31-day March challenge here with the jelly plated backgrounds. So there are only a couple rules. Jelly plate, something jelly plated on it, the number of the day on it, and sign it somewhere. I think that was all the challenge. That there wasn't a lot of rules. And so here's some of the different ones that I did. I'll just kind of hold them up here so you can see there. And they are in plastics. They're going to have a glare and stuff. But every day they're all numbered. And they all have jelly plated something something on them. There's another astronaut. So here, let me pull one out just so you can see the color here. So you see, this one's got silver leaf. And then I painted the backs of all of them black, and I added a postage stamp to the backs of all of them as well. Something missing here, or did I pull one? I don't know. And then just some other leftovers. These are some leftovers from the challenge that I just played with. So yeah, so you can do, there's some postcards, but again, postcards, art cards, which are 3x4 for me, this size, and then ATCs, which are 2.5 by 3.5. So you can see the difference in the size between an artist trading card and just, I call it just an art card 3x4 because it's just a little bigger. But these are the sizes that fit in the sleeves. All right, let me see. Missy said, why are they like solid sounding, like they don't bend? You mean the postcards? Oh, you have to say what? The postcards? Missy, they're probably just thicker cardstock, maybe 90 weight, if that's what you're talking about. If you're talking about the postcards that I had in the book. Oh, thank you. Yeah, Carrie's challenges are fun. I did his other one. What was another one he did the year before? Anyway, yeah. Let's see. Try to rewind. All right, I think I'm caught up. I'm not sure, Missy, what some of the, like this one might be just a little heavier weight. They're just different weights of cards. I mean, I cut my own. Postcards, art cards. I cut them myself. So here's some different jelly plated pieces on these. And then also when you start layering them up with other papers, they're going to get thicker and thicker. You know what I mean? This right here is just some packaging from Tim Holtz tags. See, you can cut that stuff down and make cards out of them. So yeah. All right, let's put this back over here on the shelf. Let's see here. Okay. Back to some of the, here's another little piece of this has got paint and I don't know what else. There's a piece of paper up under there I can kind of see. Devin said, I think they're thick. Yeah, when I collage them. Yeah, the more collage you add to them, they get thicker as well. Yeah, exactly, Devin. All right, so I am going to, let me rubber band these grabbies up because they get annoying rolling all over my desk if I'm not using them. So I just kind of bundle these up in about three bundles. And I put them up on my marker wall. Y'all see my marker wall. Don't judge me. Okay, so there we go. So the grabbies, and I store these sideways because that's how they said to store them. Whereas these Artex ones, they said to store them face down. So that's why they're in this little twisty thing here. All right, so let's put these. Let's see, what else do I have up here we can play with? And also, guys, now remember, these are acrylic paints, but if you want to do the smack and dragon kind of stuff like this, that's what I call it, smack and drag, smacking dragon. You can also do that. Now, I lost my piece of plastic, of course. I'll get another one up here. You can do it with, let me get a couple of, Crayola Super Tips. Crayola Super Tips are great for this as well. Let's get a piece of white paper under here. Get some little art cards. So you can do it with water-based. But if you do it with water-based, that's what I call it, smack and dragon. You have to remember that this can reactivate. Water-based markers will reactivate if you get them wet again, or can, depending on the paper and how soaked in they are. But like, there we go. Let's just add a little bit of water. Take your art card here and smack and drag. See? And then again, if it kind of gets faded, if you will, let this dry or hit it with your heat gun and then just add another layer. That's what I did with these. After they dried, I added another more on here and drug it through again. So you can use your super tips. You can use anything. I mean, and then after they're dry, after these are dry, then you can take, let's see, what do I want over here? I have some foamy bits or something like this here. Let's just do this. You can add some more. You can add some more collage to it. Let's see. I think I want the white gone on here. And you can add more collage to it. I got some more cards just sitting here. There's a small one. Let's see. Here's some pieces of foam. Pieces of like ocean. Oh, there's that. This is the one I was looking for those little kids. Where'd I put them? Did I file them away? Did I file the children away? I might have picked them up and put them in the shelf. But this was the little planet that I wanted them to be on. I'll have to go back and dig through them. Okay, so here we go, like this. And you can just add different pieces. You can add watch pieces. You can add little astronauts, big, you can just add anything. Y'all know the deal. Here's another jelly plated piece here. You don't have to make it too complicated to have fun with collage. Now I need to try my alcohol markers. Well, let's do the alcohol markers. I think we've done them before. I don't remember how they reacted with the water. But, since you asked, pick two colors, Funk and Dazzle. And I didn't see if you said another name to use. I missed it if you did. Pick two colors. Well, they're not being seen right now. That's for sure. I think I filed them away on a shelf. Yeah. So what do you pick a couple colors? What colors would you like? We'll test it out with the alcohol markers and water. And again, guys, don't forget, I showed this earlier. Keep a desk journal. So when you have scraps and leftover pieces, you can throw it in here. Or take your palette knife and scrape up the paint and use it, just make sure it's dry before you close it. Turquoise and red. Okay, let's see here. And I don't know what, let's see. This is an Ohuhu. I have Copics. They're all my alcohol markers. I don't know if I've shown Funk and Dazzle if you've seen my marker wall, but I keep all my alcohol markers are all, the Ohuhu, the Copics, they're all mixed together. So he said turquoise. Let's see. Here's a turquoise. This is a Master's Touch. Let's see. Then that's a Hobby Lobby brand. Then here's a different one. This is Ohuhu, the newer, smaller version. And I got Copics too, but these are all what do you call it? Alcohol markers. All right, so let's test this out. This one's a chisel tip. All right, so let's see what we get here. And let's see. This one's a brush tip. Ooh, the squeak. I need a darker teal here. Let's see what this color is here. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Let's get a postcard so we can see it better. I don't see why it wouldn't work, but okay. Yeah, it's not. It's sticking to the plastic. See? No, it isn't working. The alcohol. Yeah, it happened. Yeah, exactly. Devin said you have to spray it with alcohol, and I'm not doing that. I'm not spraying it with alcohol. Why would I want to do that if I can use my alcohol? I mean, my other markers. So yeah, I'm not spraying any alcohol in here, Devin. $5. Dang. I'm telling you though, if you just want to do some of this smack and dragon stuff, you can do it with inks. You can do it. Let me get another piece of the plastic. One of my favorite, which is really a mess though, is the spray inks. Do you have spray inks? Like here, let me get a teal and a red. Let's see what I got over here. Let's get a teal and a red in some of the distress. Oh, this is a pink. Where's a red? I know I got a red up there somewhere. Where's my red? I don't know. Anyway, so here's some dilution ones. I don't even know if they make these anymore. These are very concentrated and work really good. Let's just put a little dab. I'll do ya. And here's a pink. Okay, this one's kind of clogged up. All right, let me get another one because I'm not stopping to clean nozzles. Hang on. I know I have a red up here. Ah, there's the red. Okay. These are over here on another wall. Here's the red. Okay, there we go. All right, so there's a little red and a little teal. This really is very vibrant. Let's take a postcard. It's got something on it. Get a postcard. Smack and drag. See, look how vibrant. Smack and drag. Then you can always just add a little more water and keep going with these. With that ink is so concentrated, but it does stain your hands. Just saying. And of course, the more you mix it, the more muddy it's going to get. All right, where's my baby wipe here? You see how vibrant that is, though? So, yeah. And again, where's my astronaut? See. So, yeah, there's that. All right, let's see what else we got. What else do we have sitting around here? All right, I'm stacking this up so we have some space. All right, let's put my... But again, these little water-based Crayola super tips, you can get 100 of them for $9, I think, or $10. Oh my gosh, they last forever too, don't they, Janet? Now they have some new pastel colors, and so yeah, I really like my super tips. Okay, so here's some leftover jelly plated papers. Jelly plate. Here's I showed that one. That you can do like here. See, so much, guys. Y'all seen all this so many times. But I just thought I would like to remind y'all because we are in the ATC post swap passport themed swap. All right, let's see. All right, I'm looking around to see what else I had on my agenda. Here's the collage soup. If y'all have not seen collage soup books, y'all need to go look at collage soup books and pour toast. Pour toast on Amazon. This one's not part of that. So again, leftovers, backgrounds, pieces. See, look how cool that is. Just that. Even without the astronaut. Oh my goodness. Okay, I think because I said I would show it, and I always forget to the end. Oh wait, I was going to do a little stamping too. We need to do a little stamping. Show the my giant. What do you call it? The giant collage posters. And I have to still decide if I'm going to do Inktober this year. This is still wet. But look at this. I mean, just so much things you can do. I love me my collage. All right, do we have any questions, comments? Thank you, Cats, putting links to Pour Toast. Who else am I missing? Oh, we read. Trust me, I'm the queen of misspelled. Yeah, my iPad likes to speak for me, puts in all kinds of whatever, so that's fine. Hi, Mama Juju. Who else am I missing? Okay, let's see. Let me back up the camera as far as I can. I think that's as far as I can back it up. Let me move this to get the light back because white and black suck the light out of the room. Let's just turn the brightness up just a little, see what happens. Okay, so I'm going to show y'all. I'm going to get a sip of my water. First off, I'll start with some of my discs. This one I still have to finish. And then I'll show you the progress that I've made on my giant folder or the giant journal. Let's see. Let's do that second. Okay. So here's my newest ones. This one's not done yet. And I was experimenting with the gold leaf on the wood disc. So this one is game over. So that one's still a work in progress. This is the one that I did the week before on stream. My Cats in Space. I love this. It's varnish. Again, you got to make sure the varnish is dry or you'll be sticking things together. This was the week before. So try to do one a week. And so there's that. This is one of my favorites, the chessboard. And again, I'm not sure about the lighting here. Try to grab the light. They like to flash out a little, depending on if you put light or dark stuff. So there's those. Let's see. I'll pull a couple more here. Here's a different size. So this is the next size down. My 2Bs. 2Bs or not 2Bs. Anyway. This one is a 14.5 inch. I think this one is a 10. And then I have the smaller ones, which are a 6, I believe. So, and then here's some of my ancient civilization ones here. These are the ancient civilization. Thanks. Yeah, I love doing the rounds. You can get these. They're wood. This one I paint them on the backs too. Let me show you one that's painted on the back here. I paint the backs black and I sign them on the back, but they're just wood. You can get them at Hobby Lobby in the wood part, in the wood section, and you get them you can get 3 in a pack, like 3 this size in a pack for like $4.99. But wait, they go on 40% like every 3rd week. And then you can get this size 3 in a pack for, I don't know, $6.99 regular price. And they're just like basswood, And then this size, I think, is like maybe $9 for a pack of 3. But again, you get them when they're 40% off. So that's just some of them. I won't go through all of them. But I will show one more because I like this one too. My Alice in Wonderland one. So, but if y'all want to see more of my collage, I have playlists. I have mixed media playlist, collage playlist, altered book playlist, art journal playlist. So I have tons of playlists if you want to see anything in particular. This is the book that I do the same kind of thing as the discs, but just in a book. And So yeah. Let's see. So what was I going to show? Oh, the posters. Okay. So here's the big poster that I'm working on, and I just work on it a little at a time. And this is my medieval. There's a whole bunch of stuff still sitting down here. Let's see. Maybe if I flip this around. So this is my giant journal, and it's a medieval game of chess. And so it's got gold in it, so it's going to kind of flash out. And then we got this is the double page spread here of this part of the world, and the world's all tumbling here, tumbling. Chess pieces are falling down, and you can see things are going on in space. And then the next section is the library. So the chessboard is up here. And so we got the library going on here. And then the next, this is where I left off. This is where there's going to be a big dragon battle. Big dragon battle on this chessboard here. So we got that going on. And then the next one is the dimensions. That's going to be a different dimension things going on here. Then we have the final thing here where there's going to be kind of a resolving of our chess players. And there's going to be these different garden scenes here. And then at the very back, there's going to be time portals in the back. So, and these are all falling out. Let's don't let this fall out. So, yeah, there's my giant journal. When I just work on it here and there. Let's see. So real quick, I'll show you. And I didn't show y'all last week, and I know y'all don't like see it. I will show you my Inktobers too, because I have to start thinking soon about what I will do with Inktober. Let's see if I can get these out. They're kind of sitting here for the last time. Do I have the Inktobers? Let's see here. Okay. So here's one of the smaller ones, but this is still a poster size. But here's one of the smaller ones. Thanks, Keeks. Arlene says, I'm glad he doesn't put us in her worlds. The dinosaurs, flying fish, and space monsters. You'd have a great time, Arlene. You'd have a great time in my worlds. All right, here's one that's a little bit smaller. It's not as big as some, but there's another one of my posters here. I have made a couple of prints off some of these, not all of them. The problem with making a print off these big posters is you shrink them down and you can't see any detail because it's so shrunk down. But there's this one. This one took me a minute. All right, then I'll do the Inktobers last. Let's see. I think I have 3 posters from Inktober. Okay, so here's the bigger ones now. And these are like 24 by 30, 31. So they're going to fill the whole page here. But these are like 24 by, they're like posters, you know, like poster board. And so this one is the Garden of Eden. So this one is the garden there. And it's going to flash out because it's the black wants to fight there. There we go. There we go. That's a little better. So this is the Garden of Eden there. Let's see. Then some of them, they're really not named per se, but you know, here's my medieval poster with the dragons. And if you go, you know, there's a whole story wisping through the mist, if you will. So yeah. So there's my medieval one, and again, these are all like 24 by 30. This one's a little bit older one. Do I have this one? This one's 2018. 2018. Here's my lemur circus, and these I painted the lemurs and the like they're in Jack in the Box. And then the circus is collage. And then I did a, what do you call it, in space? The constellation going through with the trapeze artist. So there's my lemurs. I love painting lemurs. I could paint lemurs all day. And sometimes I do paint lemurs all day. All right, then here's another one. This one's not done. I don't know if I'll finish it or not, but this one's, see how I blend in the collage. So I'll take pieces of collage, like right down here, you can see how it's torn. This has not been blended in yet. Some of it's been blended in, like I painted the space because it's mixed media and collage. So I take my collage and then I paint it in. Okay, so let's see. I really like this one too. Well, I like them all for different reasons. This one's from 2019. And so there we go. Let's see if I can kind of tilt it. Because they'll take up the whole camera. All right, let's see. Another city on the hill there. Space. Y'all know I love me some space and portals. Okay. Whoops, sorry. Hit the camera. Just a couple more here. There's my little robot down there. I love painting worlds. Trip down there. Yes, Devin. Okay, I only got a couple more. One more collage, and then I got my Inktobers. This is one of my favorites, too. There's a big battle left. There's a couple of UFOs left over there. Big battle. Crashes. All kinds of crash things going on there. And then there's another portal right there. So this is one of my favorites. Maybe it's because I like the colors, All right, so then Inktober. So, and I won't pull out all my Inktobers. I've done Inktobers for 10 years and finished them. And the last 3 years, or maybe it's last 3 out of 4 years, I did posters. And what I did is I took, like this was, let's see, 20, 21, 20, yeah, so I skipped a year of posters. This one was from 2020. And I call this one Inktober. I make up my own themes for Inktober. So the posters, what I've done with posters is I'll do one little piece that I post on Instagram every day. And you don't see the whole poster till the last day. So for instance, on day 1, you might see this. Day 2, you might see that. Day 3, you might see that bug. And then on the last day, I show you the whole poster. And it's all done with pen and ink. The only time I had a color was this red ladybug, and that was for my mom who passed away. But that was done for my mom. But other than that, they're all black and white. So this was Inktober. So all insects, 1 insect a day for 31 days. And at the end, after I got all 31 done, I went back in with a white Posca and put in the spider web in the background. So there's a spider web in the background. So that was 2020. And then 2023, I think. Yeah. So 2021 and 22, I just did regular size Inktober. Then for 2023, I did Woodtober, and the same thing applied. I would post one little thing from the woods, one little item from the woods every day until the end of the month, and then you'd see the whole poster. And so this one was Inktober. I really do like these, but guys, it's a lot of work to do these. It's a lot of work to dedicate a month to a poster rather than one little ink drawing a day for 30 days, but to do or 31 days, but to do a whole poster and have to just consider one section at a time till the end of the month. And then I paint the background in. I paint the background black or put any more background at the very last day. So you don't see everything until the very last, till the very end of the month. And then last year I did Ink Farmtober. I just make myself giggle. So Ink Farmtober 2024 was all farm animals. There's Janet's favorite right there. She likes the cow. So yeah, so Ink Farmtober. Yeah, I do too, Kat. I like my Farmtober. Got the baby chicks, a rabbit, a bunny, and you only see one thing a day. You like, this is day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. There's a turkey, there's a mouse, some pigs. There's the Amish couple right there. There's a goose, a goat, a horse, little pigs and pig butt, a cat, an owl, a llama. There's the scarecrow, the tower, some little mosquitoes. So there's a crow. So every day there's a rooster, the weather vane. So every day it's one thing. And then at the end of the month, before I show the whole poster, I go in and finish up the barn, the black background, the ground. I do the background and on the last day. So thank you, Dot. Thank you, Devin. So there we go. Those I was going to show those last week and I forgot, or we got carried away. All right. So let's see. We've got time for a giveaway. And giveaway time. Let's see here. Looking around. I want to do some let's see. And I didn't do any stamping yet. All right, let's see what we can do here. Let's get a couple of little envelopes. You know what? Before I do that, on my lemon water, I got to take a quick break, guys. I'll do a BRB. I'll be right back. Then we'll do a giveaway with some art cards, some postcards, some collage fodder. Okay, just give me 1 minute. Okay. Step over my posters now. So Dot's here, so I better pull out the herding cats. Oh my gosh. Okay. So let's see what we can put together. I'm going to put together some little giveaways. If y'all missed it, here's my daughter and other grandson that y'all don't get to see because they live in LA. Annie posted this on social media, so I printed it out for her and for me. So I showed that earlier. Okay, let's see. Oh, you know what? No, I think I'll save that for another time. All right, let me get some envelopes here. Let me get some envelopes. We'll do our usual 2 US, 2 international. Let's see, is that 4? Yeah. All right, let's see what we can put together. We'll put together some little collage packs for you guys. Dee Dee, can you remind us which collage soup book is the herding cat? Well, it's one of the small ones. It's not the, I don't think it's the landscape one. I think, hang on, Devin. Let me see. It's not that one. It's not that one. Hang on, I'm looking. It might be, there's only so many small ones. I'm not sure. It might be makes you go, Or it could be, no, I don't think it's Wondrous Widgets. It might be things that make you go, Or I think it's a newer one that I bought. Let's see. It might be Chronological Disorder. I'm not sure, Devin. Sorry, I can't keep up with it. After I cut them up a little bit, I try to keep them in the folders so that they're not going everywhere. But to try to remember which book, it's one of the small ones. Okay, so let's see. Let's put that over here. Oh, here's my little children. I set my children aside over there. So that's why I wanted that one there. And we did that one. This one with our little karate jujitsu guy. And then this little vintage diver. So I got to finish those up. Okay. Let's put this little. All right. Put that to the side. Now, let's see what we can put together. Let's put together 4 envelopes, 2 US, 2 international. Let's put these alcohol markers back up on my wall. All right. And let's see what we can put together. All right. We'll put in 2. Make sure there's nothing on them here. We'll give everybody 2. And they're 60 weight. They're not real thick. Give everybody 2 postcards. Oh, it's more grabbies. They didn't get put away. They rolled away. Let me put these grabbies in here. Hang on, guys. So anyway, I hope it was just kind of an inspiration day for you guys. If y'all have any questions, just ask. Okay, let's see. Put 2 postcards in everybody's collage pack. Oh, that lighting. The lighting with the white. I'll just have to ignore it for a minute. Okay, then we'll give everybody 2 art cards. You'll just have to watch me make them. How many kids do I have? I have Annie and Denise, but y'all always see Cameron and Samantha. And, of course, I talk about Logan. He's out in California. But Annie and Denise, 2 kids. And my grandchildren, though, are Logan, Cameron, and Samantha. Right here. I know y'all know what they look like because I show y'all pictures of them all the time. Here's Samantha. Here's Cameron, who's now out at Yellowstone. Working at Yellowstone at the big hotel. Samantha's still in college at Athens. She's going to school for merchandising, some form of fashion. Some form or fashion. Okay, let's see. She did get that internship that she'll start in, I think, August or September. She's going to start an internship working with the museum, the fashion museum, curating vintage clothing. I'm not sure exactly when she gets back from London. So she goes to London in June till the end, mid-June to end of July. Then when she comes back, she will go to work at the museum, whatever. I forget what museum. For the fashion internship. And then Cameron will be 6 months Cameron will be 6 months in Yellowstone, and before winter. Now, he's not done a winter. He's just done 2 spring summers. He's not done a winter out there, but we're kind of thinking he might want to end up doing a winter, but I don't know. I can't see him doing a winter out in Yellowstone. Do you have Adrian? She is, Raul. Let's see. I can Devin goes, I can always look back at your streams. I'm not sure, Devin, I missed something. Oh, you mean for the, yeah, I just, it wasn't that long ago. It had to be one of the newer books because this is newer. So whatever the newest book that I got in this size, the small size, Devin. Okay, let's see. What else? All right, let me put this right there. I'm trying to make some space. All right, now I'm going to gather up some things for collage. Let's see. I don't really want to give you all my torn up stuff, but let's see here. Let's find what else I can put in here. Give you all your own collage fodder. You know what I mean? Know what I mean, Vern? All right, let's see. All right, I'm looking. I'm going to decide what kind of collage fodder do we want to go with. Let's see. We have some of this. We have some of these Tim Holtz strips that have lots of different things on them. I have to cut them down, though, so I think they don't fit. I have to cut them down. Yeah, I have to cut them down a little. But that's okay because they're already kind of in sections. I'll just cut a section off to do it. So let's put a couple. Let's see, these are kind of browns. Let's put kind of one of those in each one. Kind of give different color waves. Here's a green. Here's another green. This one's kind of green. See, I've used off of them. One more sort of green. This one's kind of green and I've cut off of that one. Let's see if I can find another full one. Here's a purple one. And I'll just have to cut them down a little for them to fit in the envelope. Okay, so there's that. So there's a start. Then, I love making these little kits for you guys. I hope y'all have fun with them. I have fun making them. I know. Let's use some of the Tim. I just got Tim. We got Timmy stuffs just sitting right here. Some of his ideology stamps, and they're in different colors. So let's do like half it. Let's do a few. Let's just do here. Let me cut some off. And don't forget, if you want to make your own stamps, Funk and Dazzles. And again, I missed whether he said if he said his name, but it uses these thinning shears to make, let me get a little piece of something here, to make like a faux postage. See that, guys? So you can make a faux postage edge with them. They're only like $5 or $6 on Amazon. You probably can get them at Walmart too. Thank you, Raul. There goes a fairy dust because my Monday's magical. Oh, thanks, Raul. Thank you. I have to send you a thank you. Well, knowing you, Raul, you'll probably win a giveaway. All right, so let's see. Let's put some green so we can kind of coordinate here. I'm going to cut down the line. These are stickers, by the way. These are stickers. Okay. There's some green. Let's see. Here's some more green for this one, and then a purple for that one. Some green and some purple. I will never use all of these. All right, there's some purple. All right, now, let's see what else we can round up. What else can we round up here? Oh, I know. These are good. These vellum journaling. Okay, these are good, guys. These are good. J Star. Well, I knew it. You know what? I knew it was J Star because I follow him on what do you call it? Instagram. So you can follow J Star. Thank you, Tina. It slipped my mind, but I don't know if his name is Jay. I don't remember. He's probably said on his channel, but yeah, J Star. If y'all follow him on Instagram, his name is J Star on Instagram. Sorry, Funkin' Down. Yes, and you feel free to participate if you want, J Star. And I don't know if you'd rather me call you Funkin' Dazzle or J Star here. I try to, try to go by what people post. You're free to participate in any giveaways. You just have to be willing to give me your address or a post office box or something to send it to you. I don't share your addresses with anybody, not even the fellow mods, and I don't put you on an email list. Not that there's anything wrong with email lists. I say that because a lot of people I know have email lists, and I don't want to, say, there's something wrong with being on an email list. I just don't put y'all on an email list, and I don't share your addresses with anybody else. So you're fine to let me if you want to participate. So look, vellum. It's not stickers. They're not rub-ons. They're just vellum. So I'm going to put a vellum in each one. No, I don't want to use people. Here's a train. Because y'all can use, I don't know. Do y'all want me to? I can put some Timmy people in here. But, I don't know. I just want to use Tim Holtz. This one is Art Daily. This is a Prima. And I don't know how old it is. Is there a date on here? I don't see a date, but I've probably had it for a while. There's clear and there's craft color. There's a lot of them in here. I don't remember how much it was. There's 8 designs, 32 sheets, and I do not see a date on here, but it's a Prima brand. All right, let's see. What else can we put in our little kits? Looking. Y'all want Timmy people? We have Timmy people. Or y'all might rather have, let's go ahead and do something out of chronological disorder. Let's give y'all each a sheet out of here. That'll be fun. Okay, so... And then that should fill an envelope. Okay, chronological disorder. It's going to be random. Let me get my knife. Angie, look away. I'm going to cut. High view. Angie gets nervous with knives. Okay, so like that. And see, look, that's very cool. I think I can get that. Let's see. If I fold it in half once, will it fit in the envelope? Oh, it will. Okay, so there's that one. I'll try to not fold right on her face. Let's kind of fold it a little bit off of her face here. So it'll still fit in the envelope. All right, so there's that one. Okay, let's see what else we got here. I like my Japanese girls. I'm going to keep them. Okay, here's some Knights of the Round Table. That's a good one. What do y'all think? No, I better keep that for my big poster. Let's see. All right, here's a castle and some girls. So there we go. Okay, let's fold that right there so we're not folding somebody's face in half. Okay, I'm trying to get them up under there. There we go. All right, that one's cut into, that one's cut into, that one's cut into. Here's some, this one's a good one. Some little circle worlds here. Okay, and again, I'll fold it where I won't try. I'm trying to not mess up too much of it, but it has to fit in the envelope. There we go. All right, and one more. Stay there. One more. Let's see what we got here. This one's kind of cool. I like him. I'm gonna keep him. I'm gonna keep the spaceship. Oh, here we go. Cats, and this is some kind of, looks like gaming or something on the other side. I don't know if anybody still plays WoW. I don't know what game that would be, but anyway, I like the cats too. So we'll go with this one. All right, let's just kind of fold it so the face is not. There we go. All right, let's put this to the side. Let's put this in a back in its envelope. Where is it? Here it is. I keep all my collage fodder in these envelopes like this, so it's not flying all over the place like it is today on the desk. All right. Oh, wait. Am I missing one? Oh, there we go. This goes over here. All right. So let's go ahead and put the envelopes together. So you got postcards. You got art cards. Oh, I got to cut these down. They won't fit. Hang on, guys. We got to figure this out here. Hang on. These got to be cut down. These right here are too long. So we'll cut them off at one of the seams. Like there, right there. Okay, so put those pieces in there. Cut this off right at the, just so they fit in the envelope. Okay, there's one. Okay, same thing for this. Let's pull off the two strips. Hang on, guys. I'm not looking at chat. Just a second. I'm trying to organize this. We still have plenty of time. I usually stream till 11:30, so we're good. I don't see anything in caps. All right, there we go. There's those two. So I'll do 2 US, 2 international. All right. Again, got to pull those two long strips out. Oops. Fold nicely. Okay, last one. So y'all can make you some postcards or some art cards with the stuff, or whatever you want to do. You know, just play. That's the thing. You know, I try to give y'all inspiration and something to play with. All right, let me move all this stuff left over here, sitting there. A little astronaut. Okay, leftover cards. You know, let me make some room. All right, this all can go in that. Where's that little? There we go. Let's go right there. All right, making some room. Then we can stamp or whatever y'all want to do. Oh, here's more pieces of more fodder. Hang on, guys. There's a bear. Oh, you know what? I was going to put these. I was going to do something with these frames. Oh well. All right. Okay, I feel like we've got some organization done here. All right. Oh, I gotta go find my. Let me go get my iPad. Then if y'all want to look at some old journals or something, old art journals, we can do that. I can show you a few different ways. I know most of y'all have been here forever. Sizes of journals, like, and you know, I've shown you. I won't get down. I won't dig out my other desk journals, but I can show you some other journals that are similar. All right. Move this over here. Hang on, guys, I gotta make room. Let me get out my random.org. Random.org. Verifying I'm not a bot. Here's my random.org. Here's our numbers. Okay. All right, let's set that over there. Let me unplug my heat gun. I always try to make sure that's unplugged all the time. Even when I'm not using it. Okay. All right, so y'all ready? Y'all probably been ready. Oh, thanks, Devin. Y'all, Devin streams every Wednesday at 3 p.m. Janet comes on today at 1 Eastern. And y'all, if y'all miss Janet, you're gonna miss out. You always miss out because Janet's kind of like what I do. It's a little of this, a little of that. There's not a real plan, very rarely. So if you don't watch, if you don't go, you're gonna miss out, you know, regardless of what the title says. We show so many things, we can't put everything in a title. So if you miss me or Janet, you miss a lot, don't you, Janet? Okay, so we'll do USA only first. You're going to put in a number. Wait till I type in go. Dot. When I type in go, USA only, put in a number between 1 and 100. One number only. Don't change your number. Move your number. I'm on StreamYard. You're not going to, don't be moving numbers around. One number only between 1 and 100. First two people closest to random.org, whatever that would be. When I do that, you will get one of these. Then we're going to do the same thing with international only. We do that separate. The reason we do that is so that the international people, of which there are fewer, although we do have a lot of international people, but so they have a better chance of doing. Yes, and make sure you have, like Tina said, have live clicked at the top of the chat. Otherwise, you won't see all the numbers. We will still see them, but you won't see all the numbers if you don't have live chat clicked over the top. Okay. All right. So when I type in go, one number only, USA only, between 1 and 100. Okay. Get your numbers ready. Okay. I'll show y'all a couple different smaller journals that I have that I've worked in. I haven't shown for a while. I'm looking back there at my wall of journals. Where's my phone? Let's see here. While y'all are doing that, let's do it this way maybe. I'll show y'all my journal sections. Okay. All right, get your numbers in. It is fun. It is fun, J-Star. Feel free to play. And I don't share addresses, so just FYI. So you can feel safe with sharing with us, with me, because I don't, even the mods don't get your address. All right, I'm going to take a bite of banana here. All right. Picking up as I go while I'm eating. Keep my voice rolling here. All right. Herding cats. We already herded Dot last week. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Don't dilly dally, dawdle, or lollygag. 1. Okay. All right. Let me go back to my. Here we go. First two people closest to 80 without going over. 80. First two people closest to 80 without going over. All right. I'm going to scroll back. Scroll. 80 without going over. J-Star, you went over. 88. Okay, let's see. Angie has 67. Oh, let's see. Joan Bell has 73. So it looks like it might be Joan Bell. I'm pretty sure I have your address, don't I, Joan? I have two Joans, and I always try to remember. Joan Bell. And is it Ellen with 65? Let me scroll all the way back. Joan had 73. Nope, Angie had 67, I think. That's the next closest. Is it Angie was 67? Y'all double check me. Angie was 67. Okay, there we go. Okay, I have Angie's. Joan, I think I have yours. I got it. Okay, all right, there we go. So then we're going to do the same thing with international only. Okay, international only. Same rules, Same deal. 1 to 100. When I type in go, 1 to 100, first two people closest without going over. International only. Okay. There we go. Yes, I know, Angie. You won last week. Did you get it yet? Angie, did you get your mail from last week yet? I think it's been enough time. If not, you should be getting it any day now if you haven't got it yet. Okay. Then I'll show y'all a couple pictures. I don't do good with, I don't do well. I don't do well doing like vlogging, like taking my camera down, moving things around. I don't do good with it. I just kind of, I don't have the perspective. I don't have a gimbal. I'm just, it's rolling around, making people sick. So I took a couple pictures in the studio. Oh my gosh. All right, let me do this one too. All right, hang on. I'm probably not gonna get in all the stuff, all the journals, but I'll show y'all my journals, I think. All right, get your numbers in. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Get your numbers in. Last call. International people. 3. Yeah, exactly. I don't like taking my camera down. I just don't. I share pictures on Instagram if y'all want to see things. 1. Last call. Hit that enter if you haven't already, international people. Okay, here we go. Let me get my random.org back up here. All right, there's the last number. So we're going to pick a new number for international 82. First two people closest to 82 without going over. Scrolling. Okay, let's see. Terry Brett had 68. Roll, did you put in a number? I didn't see you put in a number. So it looks like Terry Brett was 68 and Tammy Valen was 62. Am I correct? Y'all double check me. Terry Brett was 68. And is it Tammy Valen? I'm pretty sure I have your address, right, Tammy Valen? Was 62. Is that correct? Y'all double check me. Let me go scroll on down. Oh, Joanne had 69. Okay, so that means Tammy. I'll send you something else, Tammy. Because Terry and Joanne had 69. Okay. All right, there we go. I'll still send you something, Tammy. I'll still send and J Star, if you want to Happy Mail, you're a new person, and I do like to send new things to new people. Here's my email if you want to send me where I could send you some Happy Mail. It's in my email, and my post office box is always posted on my About tab, in the description thing. On the About Me, and same thing for my Instagram. It's all under there. So if you want to send me your address, I will send you some Happy Mail on J Star. Let me write that down. J Star. Okay, there we go. All right, and Tammy, I'll send you something too. All right, so there we go. Joanne and Terry, international, that goes. Okay, so let's see here. We've got a few minutes, so I'll show y'all a couple of journals. First off, I will show you. I have been doing journaling for a long time. I've been streaming 15 years, 10 years on YouTube, and 4 years before that on Ustream. So we have a lot of journals. Okay, so here we go. Where do I start? All right, well, here, let me start up here. This is where I'm sitting. And then I got my big studio, look, my big studio lights over here, so it kind of flashed out. But here's all my postcards and the stuff I'm working on. I'm sitting right here. So this is my marker build right here. So this is where I'm sitting right here. But if you notice up here at the top, those are all artist trading card notebooks and Society of Idea Collector notebooks. Those are all notebooks up there. Then to my right is this one. These are all my journals, and there's some are too deep. They're too deep up here. All those are desk journals and they're too deep. So these are all handmade, or well, I haven't necessarily made the journals, but they're all my art journals there and here. It's a smaller shelf right there. These are all smaller journals. So these are all journals that we've done over the years. Junk journals, TNs. Then behind me, go the other way. Behind me, I have 3 more. Well, actually more than that, but these shelves, hang on. These shelves right here, this is my collage fodder shelves in here. That's all collage fodder. But up here's more journals. These are all Society of Idea Collector notebooks. And then over to the side here, behind this table, right behind me, these are all art journals. All art journals. And then, oh, I forgot one more thing. Okay. And then let's see if I can make space. Then under this table right behind me, under the table right behind me is more, these are my collage fodder, more collage fodder in the, what do you call it? The sleeves, and then more notebooks, Society of Idea Collector notebooks. So my point is I have tons of art journals. We've been doing this in this room. I've been in this room for 24 years. See, Cameron was 1, I think. He's 25. I always forget how, no, I think Cameron's 26 and Samantha's 22, 3, 4, 5. No, Samantha's 23. I always forget my grandchildren's age. They're 23, 4, or 5, right in there. So, anyway, I will pull just like 1 or 2 different kinds of journals, like just to kind of give you an example. We'll go here shortly. But just so you get some more inspiration for your stamping, your stenciling, your collaging, your inking, that's a stenciling. Okay. So a couple years ago during the virus, we did a whole bunch of these books. I think I have, I don't know, 10 to 15. You like my photo tour? It's like a Gilligan's Island, a 2-hour, what is it, 4-hour? How many hour tour? 3-hour. 3-hour tour. Anyway, Devin. So we did I don't know, 10, 15 of these different themed books. And so there's a lot of stenciling, a lot of inking, a lot of collaging, and this based on themes. So this was my Art Nouveau. This is the Art Nouveau one. And again, it's not exactly a TN. TN to me is the smaller ones, but they call them, they have different names for different travelers' size. Midori, TN. This is just like let me tell you all the size. Hang on, let me get my ruler. Where's my plastic ruler? Well, I don't know where the plastic one is. I'll get my metal one. So this is 6 by 9, 8.5 by 6, this size. But I have them in all different sizes. 3-hour tour. Yeah. So this is the Art Nouveau one, and I leave spaces to journaling. Now, I didn't do a lot of journaling in this particular one. I put a couple quotes. This one doesn't have as much journaling in it as some do, but I cut out a couple of quotes here and there. But this is my Art Nouveau one. So you can see, you can put in all kinds of stuff. There's a little flower, and I skip around because that keeps the spine from warping. If you skip around back to front, front to back. So, and I love to go by a color theme. So, every page is going to have like a color feel to it. Hi, Brenda. I say hi to you. I say hi to Mama Juju. Anybody else, I missed? So, yeah. So, this was my Art Nouveau. And I really had fun with these. I have an Alice, I have an Asian, I have a nature, I have a space, a science. I'm looking over there because I can't see the fronts. Undersea, a mermaid. I got tons of these that we did during the virus. So we got lots of these. So yeah. So just so you can kind of see, there's lots more in here. But that's just so you can kind of get an idea. Then I also like to put envelopes in the back. You can tape them in or glue them in, and then that way you have a place to keep scraps or more fodder in there. So I have a whole bunch of those. I'm only going to show one. And I showed you my desk journal, which I've got about 10 of those that I'm not going to pull down off the shelf. Then, I didn't show this. Oh, let me do this. My room's a mess right now because we just, worked in here. But let's see here, camera. All right, so this is a little bit of a mess too, but I'll show you this side. All right, so over here on this side of the room, which there's a window there, and then there's my big light. And it's really not this messy all the time, but over here are there's my sticker books. This is where I keep my foam stamps and some other paints and stuff in there. And then here's all my pencil cases. And these are all my pencil cases. And this is why when Denise comes over and I hand her the silverware tray of Prismacolors, and she goes, "Oh, I have to use the crap pencils. I can't use the ones in the cases." But then I have this right here's my jelly plate stuff. And then this is just more collage stuff. It's all collage. It's all about the collage. All right. So let's see. A couple other journals that we can look at are, let's see. What about these? Let me look down here on the bottom. Make some space. I have a couple of these that, so I can get one of these out. Well, these are I think 10 by 10, and they're kind of the same as in my other bigger journal. So it's all kind of the same thing. It's just a different size. But this is like a 10 by 10. Some of these are from 2022, 23. And so, yeah. But these are all basically the same kind as my red journal. They're just a different size. So I've got 2 of those. Then I have 2 of these. Let's see, what's this one? This one's starting. No, that's not one. This one here. I got 2 or maybe 3 of these. And it's the same kind of thing. It's just a different size. These are 8 by 8s. So I got this size of the art journals. Then, what other size do I have over here? Okay, then the littler ones are up on the shelves. Those are all under the table. Okay, let's see. So I have a few like this one that are similar. They're just more, I don't want to say simpler, but they're more, I don't know. They're just smaller, I guess. So I have smaller ones like this. Then I have even smaller ones that are like this size. This one is, what size is this one? This one is 5.5 by 5.5. Same kind of thing, just smaller. So you see, you can do these kind of things. Oh, and I didn't even talk about the magazine journals. Y'all know. Take your magazine journals and reverse collage. Oh, I just got too many. I got too many to show. So you so anyway, they got, smaller ones like this. This size. I got my abandoned books, my altered books. Y'all just know I got hundreds, literally hundreds. But we've been doing it for a long time. I'm just seeing if there's something else kind of different up here. And then, of course, I have sketchbooks, which are, these are, my sketchbooks are right here. One of them is anyway. Is that one of them? That are this. Is this one of them? No, this isn't what I was looking for. Where's my sketchbook? Do I have it in this room? I know I took it in the other room. I don't see it. But my big, thick sketchbooks that are this big. Oh, wait, is that it? No. What did I do with it? Yeah, that's one of them. Then I have like 4 of these. 4 of these. This one's got to right there. And y'all have seen all this before. All my sketchbooks. So that's more sketchy than it is collagey, if you will. All right. So I think, oh, thanks, Dot. Dot's determined to get something sent to her, even though I'm not hurting her cats today. Thank you, Dot. I appreciate that. Oh my gosh, you're so funny. Let's see. So, hi, Deborah. Anybody else I might have missed? All right, let's see. I got plenty, more of them, but I think most of them y'all have seen like fairly recently. So, you're welcome. Oh, that's funny, Dot. I know. All right, so let's see. I have that. I showed this. I talked about this. I got that. All right, y'all know to go to Janet's at 1. Anything else? Anything else y'all want to see or talk about or show? We didn't do any, really too much stenciling. We didn't do much inking. We didn't do much, and of course I didn't show y'all any of my color books either. If y'all are into color books, I've got hundreds of videos on color books. All right, so that's enough about me. I shout myself out every now and then because I am really good about shouting you guys out. And so, I like what I do. Did you show those stencils on your table? Oh, these right here, these are not stencils. These are stamps. Is this what you're talking about, Joanne? These are just a few of the stamps that I have out in this little bin here. And yeah, these I did kind of flip through these. These are acrylic stamps. And these are Stampers Anonymous. I have my stamps organized in a flip it through system, except for these. These are all in this little bin here because I use these the most. But I have a whole flip system. Flip through the stamps, the same as my stencils. I have a flip through the stencil system. Let's see. Cat put Janet's link. Bye, Dot. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for the super chat. Well, no questions. Nothing else y'all got to comment about. I think I showed enough journaling, journals, sketchbooks. If you are not inspired by something from today, then I don't know what to say. All right, guys, we're going to head on out. Thanks again. Thanks for the new people, J Star, and anybody else coming in I might have missed. I do go back and scrub through the chat to see if I've missed any comments or new people, and I go and subscribe to you if you have content on your channel. I do go and subscribe to you and support your channel because that's what we do around here. Thanks. Oh, thanks. Thanks, J Star. Thank you. Y'all follow J Star on Instagram. Hi, Lisa. Well, yeah, I said hi to Lisa earlier. Thank you, Devin. All right, guys, we will see you over at Janet's at 1 Eastern, and y'all have a great rest of your day. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Thanks for the super chats. Thanks for participating in everything. I hope y'all got some inspiration, and we'll see y'all later. Bye, guys.